The 2026 Kia K4 might look like one of the smartest compact sedans you can buy right now, but there are a few problems that could seriously make some owners regret buying it. And no, this is not one of those videos calling the car terrible, because honestly, the Kia K4 does a lot of things really well. But if you're shopping for a daily driver in the US market, especially with car prices getting harder to justify every year, there are some ownership realities buyers need to understand before signing the paperwork. The 2026 Kia K4 problem. The biggest issue with the Kia K4 is actually pretty simple. This car looks and feels more premium than its price suggests, which can create expectations that the ownership experience may not fully match long-term. And that's where things get interesting, because on a short dealership test drive, the K4 feels modern, stylish, and surprisingly upscale. But after months or years of ownership, some compromises may become impossible to ignore, especially for buyers expecting Civic or Corolla-level refinement in long-term confidence. Why this car matters in America. The K4 is an important car for Kia. This is essentially the replacement for the Forte, one of Kia's most successful affordable sedans in the US market. But instead of playing it safe, Kia completely changed the personality of the car. The K4 is lower, sharper, more futuristic, and much more aggressive-looking than most compact sedans. Honestly, it almost looks like a mini sports sedan from certain angles, and that's exactly why people are paying attention to it. In a market full of boring commuter cars, the K4 actually has personality. The problem is, sometimes personality comes with compromises, and some of those compromises could matter a lot depending on how you use your car every day. Problem number 1. Visibility is worse than you expect. This is something many buyers won't fully notice during a quick dealership test drive. The sporty roofline and aggressive rear design look fantastic, but visibility takes a hit because of it. The rear window feels smaller than expected, and the thick rear pillars create larger blind spots than some competitors. Now, yes, higher trims offer cameras, blind spot monitoring, and plenty of safety technology, but technology doesn't fully replace natural visibility. And if you drive daily in crowded American cities, tight parking garages, or heavy freeway traffic, visibility becomes something you appreciate every single day, especially during stressful commutes. Some buyers may adapt quickly. Others may constantly feel like they're relying on cameras instead of simply seeing out of the car naturally. That difference matters more than people think. Problem number 2. Turbo engine concerns could scare long-term buyers. The available turbocharged engine is one of the K4's biggest selling points, and to be fair, it gives the car much better performance than many traditional economy sedans. Acceleration feels stronger, passing power improves, the car feels more alive. But here's the concern. American buyers keeping vehicles for 8 or 10 years often prioritize simplicity over excitement, and smaller turbo engines naturally create more long-term anxiety for certain buyers. More heat, more pressure, more complexity. Now, this does not automatically mean the engine is unreliable. That would be unfair to say. Kia has improved dramatically in recent years, but buyers remember history. And when people compare the K4 to naturally aspirated competitors known for decades of durability, hesitation starts appearing, especially among older buyers and families who simply want low-stress ownership. For many people, reliability confidence is emotional as much as mechanical, and right now, Toyota and Honda still hold a stronger reputation advantage in that area. Problem number 3. Transmission tuning may frustrate some drivers. This might become one of the most divisive parts of the ownership experience. Depending on trim level, some buyers may notice hesitation during lower speed driving or sudden acceleration requests. Modern transmissions are heavily tuned for fuel economy and emissions targets. That's great for MPG numbers, but sometimes not great for smooth, natural responsiveness. In stop-and-go traffic, the car can occasionally feel like it's thinking before reacting. Some drivers won't care at all. Others will notice it every day and slowly become annoyed by it, especially during lane changes, quick merges, or urban commuting. And once drivers start noticing hesitation repeatedly, it becomes difficult to unnotice. This is one of those issues reviewers sometimes overlook because it doesn't show up on a spec sheet, but real owners absolutely notice it over time. Problem number 4. The cabin isn't as quiet as it looks. The interior design of the K4 honestly looks excellent for the price point. The screens look expensive, the layout feels modern, the dashboard design gives off a much more premium impression than older Kia sedans. But once highway speeds increase, the car starts revealing its compact economy car roots. Road noise becomes more noticeable, tire noise can creep into the cabin, and depending on road surfaces, longer highway drives may feel more tiring than expected, especially on trims with larger wheels. This is important because buyers today often confuse premium looking with premium feeling. Those are not always the same thing. A car can look luxurious in photos, but still feel noisy during real-world ownership. And honestly, after 6 months of driving, most owners care much more about comfort and quietness than giant screens or ambient lighting.
Problem number 5, the interior might not age beautifully. This is becoming a common issue across the automotive industry. Modern interiors photograph incredibly well, but long-term durability is another story. The K4 has glossy surfaces, large digital panels, touch-sensitive controls, and trendy materials designed to create a futuristic atmosphere. The concern is how those materials will look after years of fingerprints, scratches, sunlight exposure, and everyday use, especially in hotter U.S. states like Texas, Arizona, Nevada, or Florida. Gloss black trim may look premium on day one, then become a fingerprint magnet later. Touch-sensitive controls can also frustrate some buyers who still prefer physical buttons while driving. Again, none of this makes the K4 a bad car, but these are the exact small frustrations that owners slowly discover after living with the vehicle long-term.
Problem number 6. Style hurts rear seat practicality. The sporty fastback style roofline absolutely helps the K4 stand out visually, but taller passengers sitting in the rear may notice reduced headroom compared to more traditional compact sedans. This may not matter for younger buyers or single commuters, but families using rear seats regularly could notice the compromise quickly, especially adults during road trips. And here's the larger issue. Compact sedans are supposed to balance affordability, efficiency, and practicality. Once styling starts hurting practicality, some buyers may question whether appearance became a bigger priority than usability. That may sound minor until you're driving friends, parents, or coworkers regularly. The biggest concern nobody talks about: resale value. This is where things become financially important. Toyota and Honda still dominate one critical category: resale confidence. Not just reliability, predictability. Buyers know roughly what a Corolla or Civic will still be worth after years of ownership. The K4 may eventually prove strong in resale value too, but right now there's still more uncertainty. And depreciation matters more than most buyers realize, because saving money up front doesn't always mean saving money later. A cheaper monthly payment can sometimes be offset by lower resale value later. For buyers who trade vehicles every few years, this becomes a very real financial factor.
Should you actually buy the 2026 Kia K4? Honestly, for many people, yes. Because despite the concerns, the K4 still offers strong value for the money. The styling is bold, the technology feels modern, fuel economy should remain competitive, and Kia continues offering features that many rivals charge extra for. The K4 feels aimed at buyers who want something more emotional than a traditional economy sedan, something that feels newer, sharper, more interesting. And in that area, Kia succeeded. Who should buy the Kia K4? Buy the K4 if you prioritize styling, modern technology, and getting a premium-looking car without spending luxury car money. If you're younger, if you enjoy modern interiors, if you want a sedan that stands out instead of blending into traffic, the K4 will probably feel exciting and fresh, especially compared to safer, more conservative rivals. Who should skip the Kia K4? Skip the K4 if your top priorities are maximum long-term predictability, proven durability reputation, ultra-quiet highway comfort, or class-leading practicality. In that case, the Corolla and Civic still make incredibly strong arguments. Not because they're more exciting, because they're familiar, predictable, and trusted. And for many American buyers, that peace of mind matters more than flashy design. The 2026 Kia K4 is not a bad car. In fact, it could become one of the best-looking compact sedans in America. But buyers who only focus on the exterior styling and giant screens may overlook the smaller ownership compromises that become noticeable after living with the car every day. That's the real difference between enjoying a car during a test drive and still loving it 3 years later. And honestly, that's the part most buyers should care about the most. If you enjoyed this honest review, subscribe for more real-world car buying advice, ownership insights, and no-hype automotive reviews focused on what actually matters after the excitement of buying a new car disappears.